Welcome to the final part of the Panda Global Rankings V3 series reveal. The time has finally come to name the most accomplished Smash Bros. Wii U players from this season. Going from January of this year until June just last month, these 10 individuals represent the elite talent of the scene. Their placements and set counts are unmatched, and the results speak for themselves. If you would like to take a look at the methods and the data, please refer to the link below. One last time, it's been Suar from PGstats, and I hope you've enjoyed the ride. It's been a pleasure on behalf of Panda Global and the PGstats team. Once more, for a final time, D1 will now lead you all through the end.
Ladies and gentlemen, D1 here to walk you through the PGR V3 Top 10. I'm excited to get started, so let's jump right into it. While Abadango remains a top-tier threat this time around, at number 10, his PGR V3 showings are a slight downgrade compared to that of last season's. That being said, the Mewtwo from Tokyo is as dangerous as ever, more so due to the reimplementation of Meta Knight and the addition of Bayonetta into his character pool. Abadango gathered multiple wins on the PGR, giving him a set count of 19-23 against the top 50. An X factor of -4 seeks to hold Abadango back in a time where much of the meta is beginning to figure out Mewtwo, but he presses on. This season, Abadango's signature adaptability and creativity netted him top 6 finishes at 2 S-tier events, namely 2GGC Nairo Saga and Genesis 4. Unfortunately, missing out on the top 8 at other 2 S-tier events of the season, 2GGC Civil War and CO 2017 cost him opportunities to rank any higher. Despite fluctuant results, Abadango has done well if we look past the numbers. Recent wins over high-caliber players such as Komorikiri, Anti, and Void show that he is still in the game and that we shouldn't think otherwise anytime soon. The lone wolf from the Netherlands, Mr.R, strikes at 9th this season, marking a 3rd consecutive time in the PGR Top 10. With so many things changing in the Smash Wii U meta, the fact remains that Mr.R is able to adapt with Sheik at his side. Pushing the Sheik meta to new heights, Mr.R has demonstrated that white-hot aggression is all that's needed to crack the hardiest of competitors. Switching between offense and defense at the flick of a switch is one of Mr.R's greatest talents. This season, Mr.R is studded with impressive peaks, touting 2 second-place finishes at CO Dreamland and Royal Flush, as well as 5th at Genesis 4. Dead even with the top 50 at 18-18, Mr.R gives everyone a run for their money. Mr.R has forged a cloud to aid him in the brackets that proved too treacherous for Sheik. We saw glimpses of Mr.R's cloud last year when he clutched a set-winning game against Dabuz at the Big House 6, and we saw it again when he reset the bracket against Zero this season at Royal Flush and Grand Finals. Patient, persistent, and calculated, Mr.R will continue to represent Europeans at all of the major tournaments in the West. For Mr.R, top 10 is home once again. Born in Japan but treated as SoCal brethren, 2GG's very own Komorikiri occupies the PGR V3 Top 10 at 8th. Bursting into the top 10 from just outside of it last year, Komorikiri has made tremendous strides all this season. Making routine voyages to the 2GG circuit in SoCal, Komorikiri has farmed a sizable amount of results, taking 2nd at Genesis Saga and 3rd at both Greninja Saga and Midwest Mayhem Saga. The 2GGC is where Komorikiri has made his presence immediately known, breezing through brackets people otherwise fail at. 5-10 against the top 10, Komorikiri often takes the best to last hit situations and is able to react well under that pressure, overwhelming his opponents. Bringing his cloud to the spotlight this season, Komorikiri has reserved Sonic for matchups that call for increased mobility and safety. He has even chosen Marth in situations in which neither Cloud nor Sonic perfectly fit the bill. 2GG will continue to have one of the scene's most impressive Japanese players visit North America and represent them in the finest ways possible all next season. Strutting straight to the top 10 this season, Phoenix One's very own Captain Zack rises to the occasion at 7th. From 20th to the top 10 for the first time in his rather young Smash career, the future is all stars for the Southeastern Bayonetta main. Being one of the first of the top 10 to top 8 3 S-tier events this season, Captain Zack has demanded the respect from every corner of the Smash community. For Captain Zack, top 8 at events is where he thrives most, ruthlessly capitalizing on the mistakes of his opponents. 4th at Civil War and Genesis 4 with a 5th at CO 2017 is practically impossible to compete with in terms of peak placements, save for a handful of competitors. Captain Zack has a unique ability of polarizing matchups, taking wins from otherwise guaranteed sets for many of his opponents. Sporting 23 sets over the top 50 is nothing short of incredible, with an additional 4 sets off of the top 10. Nairo, Mr.R, Abadango, Komorikiri, and Mars are all decorated competitors that Captain Zack has been able to defeat with expert punishes and unforgiving strings. Taking anyone off the top, Captain Zack weaves in and out of trouble and floats above the rest. At top 10 this season, there is no place like home for this Phoenix. 3 seasons have seen the father of Fox in the top 10, and this time there's no surprises. Legendary SoCal Brawl vet Misfits Lurr takes 6th. The stoic nature of Lurr is something that defines him as he silently traps enemies in Fox's vortexes that result in stocks, games, and sets. A man of few words and very few mistakes, Lurr exhibits some of the tightest plays seen to date. Ending the season with a bold 3rd place finish at CEO 2017, seal Larry's top 10 spot with a season filled with impressive highs. 2nd at Greninja Saga and 3rd at Smash and Splash 3 bolstered his placement score even more. Flexing a positive set score over the PGR of 27-20, Larry is never seen falling behind. Even when he is upset in losers early on in tournament, you can expect to see him burning through the bracket all the way up into top 16 when many others would run out of steam. Being 8-10 against the top 10 is also another point of success for Larry, especially considering the fact he has made great use of his Donkey Kong secondary. Larry beat out some of last season's brightest opponents including Abadango, Komorikiri, MkLeo, Nairo, and Dabuz. With the 2GG circuit in such close proximity, Larry will be busy keeping up his craft against the world's toughest foes. Witness his season unfold as he defends SoCal from countless other forces the rest of the year. Canada's most prestigious player and one of Brawl's greatest legends, Cloud9's ally signs on to yet another season in the top 10 of the PGR. Stepping down from 2nd last season, Ally still holds some of the greatest influence in competitive Smash. Ally's unpredictable nature and uncanny ability to force mistakes from his opponents is what sets him apart from the rest. When playing against Ally, you're not only playing against his Mario, but also his strong wit. Ally never repeats the same option, and when he does, it's part of a greater plan as many have painfully learned. This season's highlights include 1st at Greninja Saga, 2nd at both Genesis 4 and Smash and Splash 3, and 3rd at DreamHack Austin. Coupled with an extremely positive 32-18 set count against the top 50, Ally remains simply one of the best. In terms of the top 10, Ally has struck gold with 11 wins over the scene's deadliest of foes. Taking down Abadango, Lurr, Zero, Captain Zack, and Mr.R this season is business as usual for this 3-time top 10 PGR competitor. With EVO 2017 on the horizon, many will want to see a repeat from last year's stellar win by Ally. As the season turns up immediately with continued 2GGC events, Ally will almost definitely be seen at the top of any results list. Champion of consistency, Renegade's Dabuz slips into top 5 for a 3rd time with little contention. With this season featuring the hardest competition yet, Dabuz proves once again that his skills cannot be disregarded despite a dynamic meta. Taking home the title of Champion of Civil War leaves Dabuz with the highest rated placement win of the entire season. With such a stacked event behind Dabuz, many wonder how the rest of the season would spell out for him. For Dabuz, it was nothing but success with single-digit placements at S and A tier events all around the country, ranging from 4th at both Frostbite and CO Dreamland to 9th at CO 2017. Treating Rosalina ever so carefully, Dabuz's tactical retreats and impenetrable defenses leave him as the best Rosalina main in the world. With the unyielding confidence to position Luma in the best of places, Dabuz has no issue disarming anybody and proves that for a 3rd season in a row. Being 31-15 against the top 50 underscores just how consistent Dabuz truly is. Having defeated Captain Zack, Lurr, Ally, Void, and Salem this season proves that his faith in Rosalina is at an all-time high as the meta continually seeks to undermine her. Whether he is studying up on the latest tactics or making his next appearance at a 2GGC event, never forget to consider the brilliance that is Dabuz and his Rosalina. The only competitor in Smash Wii U history to stay in the top 3 for 3 seasons in a row, other than Zero himself, is NRG Zero Suit Samus Grandmaster Nairo. Hailing from humble beginnings in the tri-state brawl scene, Nairo finds himself at the top of headlines once again. Having had a 2GGC saga dedicated to himself, Nairo has experienced what it is like to be celebrated as a legend. Placing extraordinarily well at both S and A tier events all season, Nairo has garnered not only an impressive set record, but also consistently high peaks. First at Momocon 2017, where he defeated the likes of Zero, Void, Fatality, Kameme, and Myron, marks one of Nairo's greatest runs this season. On top of that, 3rd at both Frostbite 2017 and CEO Dreamland, as well as 4th at both Nairo Saga and CEO 2017, just add more to the fact that to Nairo, greatness is a given. Nairo holds its set count against the top 50 of 36-20, but it is his set count against the top 10 that strikes the deepest of cores, sporting a whopping 10 sets. Mixing in the explosivity of the heavy Koopa King Bowser and the surgical precision of Lucina, Nairo has created a deadly trifecta of characters perfect for nearly any situation. As the next season is already in motion, Nairo will be sought after more than ever as he defends his 3-time PGR top 10 position. Echo Fox's MkLeo has long been a top-tier threat, but it was only in 2017 that he got the chance to shine internationally. The 16-year-old wonderkin from Mexico comes in at number 2, a sizable jump from his number 8 spot last season. This in part due to his newly found ability to travel, attending more than 25 out-of-country events since the beginning of 2017. MkLeo synthesizes solid offense, impeccable spacing, and his knack for mind games into a playstyle unique to him. While he is normally the aggressor in any matchup, anything he does is not without reason. He carefully evaluates every option possible before committing to one, making sure there is no room for his opponent to respond. This plays perfectly into his choice of mains, a swordsman quartet in Cloud, Meta Knight, Marth, and Corrin, all characters that thrive on spacing and careful aggression. True to his promise to be the best Smash player in the world, MkLeo opened up the year the most explosive way possible by winning the S-tier Genesis 4. What makes his feat all the more special was what he did to secure it, taking down a laundry list of Smash Wii U's finest, such as Elegant, Mr.R, Ally, and Komorikiri. Soon after Genesis 4, however, he fell into a short rut, placing 13th at Frostbite and 65th at 2GGC Civil War, the latter an all-career low. MkLeo was able to bounce back in the second half of the season nonetheless, winning KSB 2017, Umebura Japan Major, Battle of BC2, and placing 2nd and 3rd at CO 2017 and Nairo Saga respectively. MkLeo has an 18-10 record over the top 10, a record unmatched by anyone but the top spot on this list. With positive records over most of the PGR, there's no denying that he is a world-class player through and through. With more years to come for this prodigy, there's no telling what he can achieve considering the feats he has accomplished already. The King of Smash reigns supreme once more, this time with even more record-breaking results and peaks. Team Solo Med Zero does the impossible once again and claims the throne for a 3rd consecutive time. Reeling from a few sets back in the beginning of the season, Zero catapulted into the lead and never quite slowed down. With all of his peaks being first place finishes aside from a 3rd at Genesis 4, Zero exemplifies what it means to be a true champion. Being victorious at so many high-stakes events all at once still leaves even the most informed of community leaders and top players alike astonished. Claiming the champion title at Nairo Saga, CEO 2017, Frostbite 2017, CEO Dreamland, and Genesis Saga is just simply astounding. When looking at Zero's set count score, it is literally unrivaled with a practically 7-10 ratio of wins to losses. Zero can give a setback to the entire top 50 and then some. Turning to the top 10, even then Zero is unmatched, being 33-5 against the season's elite squad. With his Diddy Kong ready to slay any bracket thrown his way, a Lucina and a Sheik secondary also joined the fray to aid Zero in crucial moments. With the new season beginning, many wonder what will it take to bring Zero down, and if it's even possible. Sailing into majors this summer, Zero will be at the top, waiting. And so there you have it, the top 10 of the 50 finest competitors of the PGR V3 season. With incredible accomplishments and breakthroughs, these elite few represent Super Smash Bros. At the peak competitive level. From 50 all the way to number 1, this has been your narrator D1, and I would like to thank the PGstats and Panda Global for the opportunity to bring you the PGR V3 reveal. Until the next one, stay smashing and set your sights high as the PGR V4 is well underway. One last time, this has been D1 and I will see you all next time.